Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. John here. It's time to start building our dreams, and that's exactly what we've been doing with Project Rampage over the last year. The Safe Expo last year, we got Rampage ready, and we're getting ready to go back again. And the biggest thing I want to tell you guys is we're going to be installing a satellite dish for when we go to these events. We'll have communication with the outside world, and when we go off grid as part of our PACE plan, we'll have the satellite dish with us. And we're going to do a little bit of installing today. Come check this out. Also, goes without saying that we got our new shirts, and we'll show you guys how these look. All right guys, to show you what we've got going on. So we took our aux beam. This is our house battery controller that's going to be hooked up. This is where it splits off. This is an adapter so we can run the Starlink off of DC. They didn't have a DC connector before. And then this is a mount for the router. So pre-drilled all this. We're going to screw this in. And so over here we've got our aux beam controller. That'll go to another 8-gang pad. This has to be run through a 30 amp circuit, so we've got a fuse in there. This is like a small transformer. It goes from 12 volts up to the required 57 and 56 for your Starlink. This is the power cord for the Starlink, and this is a wall mount that I got off Amazon. So we're gonna mount all this up. We've already run the wire, and then we've got to install the new protector. It's kind of like a Defender screen protector, and we'll mount that to the front hood. We already pre-ran the wire, so now we're just kind of finishing things up. Here's our plate, and we're going to do this by hand to screw it in. We're going to use a couple of these rivets that come standard with the Inca topper. I'll get it started. Just come back here with the socket and run these down. We're just going snug because those are inserts, but this will actually keep the router from falling out. So that's going to be good for now. So there's the router along with the aux beam controller, a little transformer, and then we're going to wire it into the battery here. Nice thing is a lot of this is just plug and play, and so what we will have to do is on solar, it's kind of interesting because you always do the negatives first. Now what we're going to do is we're going to connect our negatives and our positives. May have to come back here and modify the box that goes through. I think I may drill one more hole in here for these two upper cables, because I don't think I'm gonna have room at the bottom. So let me go drill a hole here. Grab the 15/16 if anybody's curious. All right guys, we pulled out the dust extractor, and we're gonna get the dust out of the box here. You'll hear the dust extractor make some noise down there. That's just it cycling on and off. Wires through our box here. Since this circuit will pretty much always be on, I'm going to run that to positive terminal on the battery. Splice this. Okay, that's good. Now then, disconnect one of our batteries. And because they're in parallel, the power's still technically on. You know, negative cable here. Loop that around. Because it's the smallest, we'll put this one up at the top. Nothing is drawing power right now, so that's good. Everything should be going basically to ground. And then hopefully we can get over here to the other side. Alright guys, so we had a little bit of an issue right there. I think we're now back in business. Put that there. Rubber drill. Alright, let's just keep it from wiggling around. Good to go. Good to hook. Next, we're just going to put our caps back on. Red cap over here. As I know it looks a little bit like a rat's nest in here, but we've got two 100 amp hour batteries. We've got the energy controller. We're not pulling any solar right now. We do have the solar panels over here. We've got our inverter slash multiplier for the voltage. And then we've got our aux beam controller over here. We just need to take and plug this up, mount the control panel somewhere convenient. Alright guys, so we added an extra hole in the back of the aux beam controller there, and we're going to use that to bolt it up here to the top of the Jeep. Now get down. Just line up your tabs, push it together, make sure your O-ring's good and tight. Then you can snug it down. Plastic, so just be careful with it. We're going to take our excess and we'll wire tie it off here. That's the nice thing about the Inca topper is you got all kinds of stuff. Well, we'll just stick this in the hole for now. If we ever want to move it, we can. Now we come over here with this, run that behind this wire, and we will plug this up. So as you can see up here, we've now got our 8 gang. This is wired to the number 5 slot. This is going to be our number 5 button down here, so now that should be hot. Well, we'll go check it with the router. All right guys, last thing we got to do now is to plug up our router. And all we have to do there is route this one, plug it up, it's in, and then our power cord here, same thing, it's going to come up and around, plug it in, we hit the power button here, the router's powered up. We'll go around to the front and we will get the satellite case put together, bring that back out and put that on. Alright guys, so here is the SATGEAR, and this is the PC-4. It comes with 4 of these suction cups, and we are very carefully going to sit it on the hood. So I thought when I got it, it would sit down right here, keeping a low profile, but apparently it's not going to work like that. Alright, we're going to have to go do some surgery. Alright guys, so good news is there is a solution to this. So bad news is we're not going to use the PC-4. So ideally you could use the PC-1, the basic case on its own. And all we're going to do here is take out those 4 bolts. And then in your included kit, there is a thread insert. You're going to use that threaded insert to attach your suction cups. So we've got all 4 legs back on. In this configuration, we're going to do the same thing we did before. We're going to drop our dish in. I'm going to take some Windex and wipe this down real quick. We got our one side done with the Windex. Just get any residue that may have come from the factory with it. Cover on. And you can get these in black or you can get them in white. I chose black because I kind of like the blacked out look of the Jeep. Alright, it's a nice tight fit. We're just going to take our ratchet and put all the bolts back in because we don't need the other part anymore. Alright, looks like we are now ready to go try and mount this on the Jeep again. We've got it centered up left and right. Again, we're kind of in the dark. One thing we do have to do is plug it up, and then we want to make sure that when we connect everything that we don't have anything rattling. Okay, now we just need to make sure it's centered left and right. I just kind of put my hands up here, feel the contours. You go right a little bit, line up with the mirror some, and then when we mount it, I want to come forward a little bit. And that's simply so when we put the hood up, we're not going to have any issues because we do have to get underneath. That feels pretty even right there. You're just going to push down the suction cup. Same thing, push on the suction cup. Make sure you don't see any white lines sticking out. It really works better for a flat surface than a contoured surface like this. Okay. And it's now attached. Double check everything. I think it looks pretty good. And we're gonna make sure our cable's where it needs to be. Make sure we can lift the hood up with our prop. Okay. Want a little bit of play in there, but not a whole lot. Hood is definitely heavier. So that's one thing to keep in mind. Now all I'm going to do is I'm going to pull my excess, make sure it's tight everywhere, and we'll feed that to the back. Alright guys, so we're pairing the Starlink here and getting it all set up, and I think we're going to be good. So thanks for watching. If you would, smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, ring the bell so you get the notifications, and keep coming back for more. I could share my dream with you, but the true purpose of this channel is to help inform, motivate, and inspire you so you can get out there and start building your dreams. And oh, by the way, check us out down Safe. Cool new t-shirt, got a wrench, got a kayak, got all that cool stuff. So hope you enjoyed this install video.